Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kelly and I am documenting my Inktober journey. In today's video, we're going to be doing days 2 through 7. So grab yourself a warm beverage or have something to do in the background or whatever, because this is probably going to be a longer one. Okay, so let's jump right in. Day 2's prompt was suit for the official Inktober prompt list, and I didn't want to do apparel, so I went the card deck way of suit and decided to try to make a suit out of bones. I tried to use vertebrae. For some reason I thought vertebrae would kind of translate the best in this rendition of suit, partly because it's like the top view, it kind of had like a similar shape to like a spade or a club, so I just kind of thought it would work. And since I went with the theme of bones, which that is my theme in case you did not know, so all of my Inktober pieces are going to be centered around bones and anatomy and things like that, so I just decided to make a playing card deck of suits, or however you want to word that, out of bones. So I made a suit out of bones. I'm not gonna lie, this is the part where I kind of really missed my iPad and pre-sketching on my iPad, because I could have just easily duplicated the bones instead of having to redraw them. So they don't all quite match, but I kind of like the end result of that, that they're all a little bit unique and different. But it would have been a lot easier had I went with drawing on my iPad, printing it out, and transferring it. But I do feel like that's part of the challenge for me this month, is that I am sketching in the sketchbook without being able to really move things around like I would on my iPad. So it's definitely a little bit more challenging. And I have to admit, day 2, I was already like, I don't want to draw. Why did I set myself up for this challenge? I really kind of don't want to do it. But I'm hoping that maybe if I struggle in the beginning, come the end of the month, drawing every day will just become a nice habit. I also do have to say that I don't know, I have this thing about prompt lists, and I'm not a fan, and I did end up abandoning it on day 4, just because, like, honestly, I just feel like the prompt puts a lot of extra pressure on you to come up with an original idea instead of being authentic. And in my opinion, I just think being authentic trumps being original, if that makes any kind of sense. And like, trying to stand out while everybody's following the prompt list seems really hard, and it feels like it's a lot of added pressure that does not need to be there. So I do eventually get rid of the prompt list, just so you guys know. Anyway, here are some close-up shots of day 2's Inktober piece. Not my best work, but I really am trying to take the pressure off myself and not worry about creating a masterpiece every day for a daily drawing challenge, and just focusing on the act of actually drawing every day. Okay, day 3. Today's prompt was vessel, and I actually had too many ideas for this prompt, which resulted in a problem because I couldn't pick a single one. So I kind of went with a sunken ship in a bottle with a skull and crossbones down in the rocks there and everything. I really like how this piece came out. I do feel like it doesn't go with the rest of my Inktober pieces though. So I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think I've done better bottle pieces before. So again, it wasn't my favorite. To be honest, the first 3 of these Inktober pieces were based on the prompt list, and I feel like they're my least favorite, and it was because of the prompt list. So from day 4 on, I'm not going to be using the prompt list, and I feel like it's more authentic to myself, which is a relief. I mean, this is authentic to myself too. I just don't feel like it goes really cohesively with the body of work, though I do still really like this piece. I also really feel like I remember having high anxiety this day. I'm not sure why. I did end up like calming myself down, like, you know, this is supposed to be fun, stop stressing yourself out about it. And then it was okay. So I believe I put on an audiobook. Yes, I read or listened to It's a Good Day for Chardonnay, which was fabulous, and it totally distracted from my anxiety that I didn't know the cause of. So it ended up being a decent piece and a decent day. I also believe this was the day that I let myself really engage the comparison monster. I really gave that a lot of attention this day. It felt like everybody's pieces were so great, and not that I think mine is bad. I felt myself being a little jealous because I feel like a lot more people had a lot more time to do Inktober than I did, or you know, I mean, I'm a stay-at-home mom, so like I always have all these other things to do. Like I'm not in my 20s and I can't just dedicate my entire life to making art and my career and all of that. So I find myself getting quite jealous when I see people that have the time to put all this time and effort into these really nice detailed pieces. But I, again, talked myself out of that and just gave myself a pat on the back for drawing 3 days in a row. I think that is really the main goal here for me, is just to be able to consistently draw, fill up the sketchbook, have 31 drawings by the end of the month. So all in all, it started off rough, but it ended up being a good day. And hopefully if you're having that kind of thing, tuck yourself out of it and remember this is supposed to be fun. So if you feel yourself starting to get anxiety, just remember it's not like, nothing happens if you don't do a good drawing, and nothing bad happens if you don't do a drawing that day. Like, you're not going to self-implode. Everything's going to be fine. Anyway, here are the close-ups for a vessel. All in all, for being my second least favorite, I do still really like this piece. Okay, day 4. Today was the day that I abandoned the prompt list and just drew whatever I felt like within my theme. And today I chose a white-tailed deer's antler. I don't know why, it just looked cool. I found a really cool reference photo and I wanted to draw it. And then I remembered, you know, because I kind of let myself stress out about the prompt list thing again, and I was like, you know what, no. The whole point of this challenge for me is self-improvement for one, and to be able to draw every day. And I can't draw every day if I'm stressing out about a prompt. So if you are one of those people that are stressing out about a prompt list, please don't. Just don't. Just draw something today, even if it sucks. I did also struggle with the drawing composition part of this sketchbook piece today, or the Inktober piece today. I had a really hard time with placement, and I just let myself go across the page because I really didn't want to erase anymore. And I think by the end of day 5, I made it work very cohesively as a spread, so I forgave myself for that and just moved on. So today was also the first day that I started walking every day, and I do remember this day being really hard for me to draw too. I'm not sure why exactly. Like, I felt like there wasn't enough time, there wasn't enough hours in the day, and I hadn't decorated for fall yet, and I was really letting that stress me out. So I think that, like, was part of it. Like, I felt like I was really stressed out about getting all the fall things that I wanted to do done. But I did, you know, was just like, it'll probably only take me an hour, maybe two. Just sit down and do it. You're going to be really happy once you have completed the challenge, finally, after 4 years of failure. Like, we can at least try to do it this year and actually give it an honest effort. So, I think the hardest part is getting started. Because I honestly, it was like I had anxiety until I started drawing. And after I started drawing, I was fine. By the way, I'm really not trying to make this video seem like a downer type of situation. I just want to be relatable in the sense that this is my current mental state. These are the obstacles I'm coming across while I'm doing this channel, while I'm doing this challenge. And I feel like it's very important to be honest about the struggles that we go through while we're trying to get to an end goal. So I'm hoping that you just more or less find this more relatable than stressful. And if you are finding this stressful, I apologize. That is not my goal. I'm just trying to be completely honest and transparent with the struggles and the challenges I'm facing during this art challenge. So I hope that's okay with you guys. Like, my goal is just to be completely honest and share all of my feelings about the challenge. Anyway, here are the close-ups of day 4. Day 5. I think day 5 was probably one of my favorite pieces, and it's really strange because today was the day that I had rode my bike for 9.5 hours, and I felt not 9.5 hours, I'm sorry, 9.5 miles. It was probably about an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes of bike riding, and I hadn't ridden a bike in a very long time, and when I got back, my legs were jello, and let me tell you, I did not want to draw at all today. So I'm really happy with how this piece came out, because it came out relatively quickly, and I felt like it came out relatively well. And I also feel like I was able to salvage the kind of oops from me going over the center of the page yesterday and fixing it with the layout of the jawbone from the white-tailed deer, and it just kind of complemented each other, and I'm really happy with the end result. Yeah, so I think this is still one of my favorite spreads, and I think it will be up there by the time we get to the end of the month. I just really like how I was able to think on my feet and kind of solve the problem in front of me, and taking the stress off again with getting rid of the prompt list. Like, I didn't have to worry about it. I didn't have to follow any specific guidelines, and I really liked that in this spread. So here are the close-ups of that last drawing. Day 6. Okay, so for this one, I was in the mood for a little something different, and I decided to do a black background and kind of work with white ink as kind of like an opposite kind of thing. And I had went for a walk this morning also, and then I came home, and I do have to admit, I really wasn't, I feel like it's going to take me some time to be like excited about the drawing every day and it not feel so much like work. I do feel like a lot of it is the fact that I'm filming it. I feel like Inktober would be way more enjoyable if I was just doing it while I was sitting in my bed watching a movie or on the couch or just somewhere in my free time. Anyway, sorry, this one was really short. Here are the close-ups. I hope you like it. All right, day 7. So this one is late. I'm officially a day behind on Inktober now. We went to the zoo yesterday with my kids for their school, so I can't really say that I regret going to the zoo because I fed a giraffe and I touched a stingray and we had a wonderful day. We did get back in time for me to draw. However, we were really tired, so I decided to take a nap, and I don't regret it at all. So I'm just officially a day behind, and I'm okay with that. I have no problem with it, so hopefully I can catch up. If not, I'm not going to get mad at myself about it. I'm just not. Anyway, so for today's piece, I decided to go with like a different kind of animal. So we went prehistoric. This here is a dinosaur claw or foot or whatever. I'm not sure of the specifics. I found the reference photo on Unsplash and I really liked it, and I thought it would kind of go with the piece to the left. It won't match it quite until you get to the end. You'll see what I'm talking about. Like, they look cohesive at the end. The spread looks cohesive. For this spread, I also pulled out a ballpoint pen just to mess around with that. I was in a very experimental mode today. I know technically it's yesterday's piece, but it's today for me today, so I just finished this last one today. And it was a lot of fun. I really liked working with the ballpoint pen. It wasn't that wonderful on this paper, but I really do like working and sketching with the ballpoint pen. I'm going to have to do it more in the future. That's definitely something I would like to look into. Parts of me wish I would have just kind of left it with the ballpoint pen instead of putting washes on top. But I do like the way it looks in the end. It's not awful. I feel like it's got enough contrast compared to the one next to it. So I feel like the ink washes did help in that respect. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like the spread as a whole. I'm not sure how I feel about Day 7's piece individually. To be fair, I'm a little stressed out because I'm a day behind. But anyway, here are the close-ups of Day 7. Okay, so I thought we would do a little recap of my Inktober pieces so far. And I also want to thank you guys so much for watching today and coming to the premiere if you came. I really appreciate your support. Drop your handles down in the comment section if you guys are doing Inktober so we can check out your work. The supplies that I'm using are linked in the video description below, and also if you liked this video, you might also like some of my friend Raven's stuff. So I left her stuff here at the end card so you can check that out if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.